Yeah, I think definitely people started to wake up and realize that it's very short it's a very short timeline to implement all of the different requirements. And as we spoke last year, they're incredibly vast. And I think that banks are starting to contact us, for example, though it's not really, we are not in scope of DORA as an ICT provider. We are actually exempt, EBA clearing is, due to the systemically important payment systems regulation, which is applicable to us. But we're starting to see in the community a lot of interest in terms of how are we going to get those contracts adapted in time? How are we going to get a full inventory of the ICT providers that will fall in scope? And we see a lot of like waking up that is still happening, but it is going to happen. The implementation is now a few months away, January 2025, 17th of January, which is around the corner. Really, time flies, and banks really need to start tackling this problem at organizational level. So it's not a specific department. It really is across the organization, which makes it very complex. But yeah, I've been invited to so many webinars and sessions, and all sorts of events around this topic, and it's still there's a lot of question marks and a lot of uncertainties for the banks on how they're going to tackle it. But I think it's overall, again, I think overall it's going to bring a lot of risk management into the ecosystem, and it's overall a good thing. So I think banks should really start looking, working with their procurement departments and different areas of the banks to try to get that inventory of all the providers that would fall into scope. ICT is a broad definition, and it will cover a lot of the providers that they have, and then try to find a very strategic, simple manner of releasing these questionnaires that they'll have to get information from all of their providers that fall into scope, and some sort of like aggregated way of sending that to all of their providers and keeping track. I would love to see the industry come up with something very standardized so it doesn't put a lot of pressure on the providers, but I haven't seen that yet. I think there is some space for some of the standard setting bodies out there to help the industry cope with this big challenge.